Welcome back. This is the fourth and final episode of a four-part series. We are learning how to possess God-like power, to manufacture more time seemingly out of thin air. The first three episodes are available through the links below. So now, the last way to leverage the compound effect to manufacture more time is through systems. Stopping to build the right systems can ultimately set you free. Countless business owners complain about the lack of control or freedom they have, yet in the same breath, discount the value of well-designed systems. Whether or not you own a business or are the CEO of a company, you are the CEO of your life, particularly your productive life. So I'll use the framework from The E-Myth by Michael Gerber to explain this. There are three unique skill sets needed to run a business. Number one, the technician. Number two, the manager. Number three, the entrepreneur. The technician supplies the output, the manager supplies the order and systems, and the entrepreneur supplies the vision and direction. While we all start out as technicians, the failure of a business comes from never advancing ourselves into the role of entrepreneur and installing the appropriate manager and technicians to run the business so that the business can effectively run without the labor of the entrepreneur. Are you following me here? This is really important. When we start out, we are usually 10% entrepreneur, 20% manager, and 70% technician. If you learn how to hire a team, delegate tasks to them, and create a few systems, you can get to, say, 33%, 33%, 33%. This is the height most businesses and business owners ever get to, and you might even find some level of success there. But you will be running yourself ragged, and you'll become stressed out and vulnerable to failure. And this is how most relatively successful people operate and live. To really thrive, you have to get at least a minimum time allocation of 70% entrepreneur, 20% manager, 10% technician. Those that you see at the top of their fields, this is how they operate. Now, those whom you look up to as almost godlike in their productive output, people like Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, and others, they have figured out how to be nearly all entrepreneur, spending zero time managing or supplying the technician output. Branson has more than 400 companies that operate 100% without him. How? How can a mere mortal like Richard Branson own and operate more than 400 companies when you might be struggling to keep up with just one? Well, I'll tell you how he does it. A, he leverages the eighth wonder of the world to compound his time investment. He'll allocate a significant chunk of his calendar for a short window of time, usually 30 to 90 days, to help launch a new company or project. And then he'll pull back, stop being involved as a technician, and reap the compounded interest for years to come as the owner/entrepreneur. B, he is a master delegator. With over 71,000 employees worldwide, he's able to go from technician straight to entrepreneur because he installs and delegates great managers into each of the companies and then gives them autonomy to grow each business. And then C, he can give them that autonomy because he has built his Virgin brand of companies around building and using excellent systems. And with excellent systems, providing guardrails and guidance to the managers, he's free to liberate himself from the process entirely, allowing him to spend most of his time on his private island swimming, jet skiing, and wakeboarding. Brilliant, as he would say. Do you see how all of this works together now? The bottom line on this is this. You will manufacture more time by moving up the totem pole from technician to entrepreneur. Or even if you work within a company, from technician to leader. While you'll start out most endeavors as a technician, even Richard Branson started out as a technician, supplying the majority of the productive output. You'll want to quickly graduate into the manager role, and you'll want to systemize everything that you possibly can in order to increase your time spent as the visionary entrepreneur or leader. For every hour that you spend building a system, it will forever after that manufacture many more hours that you didn't have before, day after day, month after month, year after year. It's estimated that you and every person in your business spend at least 40% of their day performing recurring tasks. If you build a system to perform many of those tasks, you can either eliminate the direct involvement of you and your team, or at least cut the time demand on all of you by half. Everywhere you look, most everything you do can be turned into a system. How you write and publish a blog can become a system. How you create, edit, publish, and promote a video can become a system. How you prepare for meetings, set up conference calls, process emails, manage social media. Almost everything can become systemized. The more you systemize, the more time you manufacture. Here are some thought starters on where to look to systemize. The 10 most recurring functions you perform each day, each week. The 10 most time-consuming tasks you perform. The 10 most stressful tasks that you have to perform. The 10 most important functions that you perform. The 10 most unimportant functions that you perform. And the 10 tasks that you hate having to do. Then spend some time turning each into a system. You can likely cut the time that you and your team spend on trivial tasks by 50%, which means you can reallocate that time to vital outputs. And those vital outputs, multiplied times 2, compounded over time, translates into a massive difference in result, impact, and sanity. And there you have it. My friends, you now have the God-like productive superpowers of many of those that you admire. I only ask that you use these supernatural powers as a force for good in the world. The world needs more of your productive, positive impact. Share a few things that you aim to systemize in the comments below.